Watches, who's got the watches? Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, Suit Cafe. Phil Pravda here. Nice to see everybody watching as usual, and we're going to do something a little different today. Today we're going to talk about some watches. Now, what type of watches? Well, watches that you could use every single day, casual watches, a watch that is a little dressy, a watch that could be worn with a suit or worn while you're hiking. So we're back at it, and let's get right to it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Phil Pravda here, and today I want to talk about watches. That's right, there's a lot of videos on YouTube about all types of watches, so many videos about luxury watches and bespoke watches, all the brands that you may know. I would say that luxury clothing and bespoke clothing and watches and jewelry, those things sort of go together because they're all in the luxury genre, whether it's brands like Louis Vuitton or Canali or Zegna, Versace or Rolex or Audemars Piguet or Patek Philippe, whatever, putting those brands together, they sort of lend themselves to go together with each other. So I wanted to do a video today about watches that I own. These are watches that I use for fun. I wear them with suits. I wear them out casually. I wear them playing sports, whatever it may be. And they're different. And I wear them. And they're not just purchased just for investment. They're not purchased for investment at all, because I don't think that the values are going to go up at all on any of these watches. But I bought them because I like the way they look. I like some of the functionality, although some of the functionality of these watches I will never ever use because I'm just not that type of person to use a diving watch and go scuba diving. I don't go scuba diving, but I like the way the watch looks, and I might use the alarm or the light. So I'll show you those, and we'll go through them one by one, and they're not very expensive, and I'm not paid to do any of these. This is not a paid advertisement. No one's told me to use these watches or show them to you, or I'm not getting reimbursed by anybody for any of these. I've owned these already for many, many years. So I'll show you the first one right now. And here's one right here. This is an Echo Drive from Citizen. You can see it right there, and I'll do a close-up photo so you can see it. This has a lot of functions. It also glows in the dark. It has a light. When you press the button, the light turns orange, and the band is rubber. So this is actually a diving watch. You can go I don't know, quite deep in the ocean if you wanted to. I don't even know how deep you can go with this watch. Water resistant to 200 meters. This one here. It has a nice weight, nice and heavy. I like a heavy watch on the wrist. I don't like thin and light watches, even if they are expensive or valuable. They just don't feel good to me. I like something that's a little heavier. This one's heavier. And what I really like about this watch is that it's radio controlled. Now, what does radio controlled mean? Radio controlled means that this watch sets itself time and date in more than 30 cities. Sets it all by itself. You never have to set it. It picks up the radio transmission from the atomic clock in Colorado. When you're in the United States, that's the clock when it sets itself. At about 2 a.m., if this watch has good reception, it sets itself every day at 2 a.m. to make sure the time is always correct. Now, if you leave the US, let's say you go to Europe or you go to Asia, where does it set itself from? Well, there are atomic clocks in different parts of the world. I think there's one in Japan, and in Europe, I'm not sure where that one is. But wherever you go, this will find the atomic clock that has the exact right time. I think there's one in England. And this watch will set itself. Now, when you set it for different cities, you have two time zones. You have the larger outside with the hour and the minute hand, and you have the smaller digital clock that's on the inside. So with the click of just one time, a one-time click by holding these two buttons down, you could flip-flop the time. So let's say you're in New York, which is where I am, and I'm traveling to Rome. And I have the Rome, time in Rome, on the small part of the digital part of this watch. Now, when I get to Rome, I want to know the time on the larger part of the watch. So all I do is I press the two buttons, and boom, it flips. New York is in the small time, and Rome is in the large time. So aside from its good looks, which I think it looks nice, I like those functions. Now, it has some other functions, especially with the rotating bezel, which I don't use at all because this is a diving watch and I don't go diving. The functionality of it, and I like the rubber bracelet that it has. It's a deployable clasp, just like this, so it's easy to wear, easy to take care of. It can get wet in any environment: ocean, swimming pool, shower, sleep in it. You don't have to take it off, and it's just a great, all around watch. I did have this band because I owned this for quite a few years. I did have this band replaced, I think, twice. So I wore it for a lot of years. The band, the rubber ones, they tend to crack and break, and then they tear, and then you need it replaced. And what's great about Citizen is that each watch they have has a 5-year warranty. 5 years. Now, all these movements, as you know, are from Japan, which is fine for me. 5-year warranty, you send it in, they replace the band within that time, and they replace things on the watch, and they send it back to you right away. And the watch doesn't have to go back to Japan. They have a service center right here in California. So that's why I also like this particular brand. And I'll show you another design from them because I have quite a few. So the second watch here I'm going to show you is another diving watch. This is a very special one. This one here, this is what it looks like. Let me make sure I hold it in the right configuration. I'll show it to you there, and I'll do a close-up for you also. This one is the 20th anniversary Aquanaut. This is a very interesting watch. If you look at the shape, one side is flat, one side goes out. There's this little circular thing right over here sticking out. You have 2 different colored buttons, and the band is a diving watch band in orange. This watch also came with a black band, but I thought the orange was much more interesting. So this has a lot of functionality, and again, I don't go diving, but I like the way this looks. I usually wear this in the summer, especially, beach, pool, long sleeves, short sleeves, going out to dinner, and I even wear this with summer suits. I'll wear this in the summertime, a linen suit. I'll put this watch on, and I think it just looks really nice. And some of the functionality that I do like about this watch. You press one of these buttons here, and the whole face lights up blue. So at night, you could click on it. It lights up blue. It also glows in the dark, which is good too. Most of the functions of this diving watch I don't use because this is a real diving watch. This is water resistant also to, this is also to 200 meters. It has the extra long band, which is a regular, pin through clasp here. And this is extra long because when you put on a wetsuit, this watch goes over the wetsuit on your wrist. So instead of on your skin, for those of you who go diving, the watch goes over the wetsuit. So you have extra length for that to happen with this watch. Now, this watch also knows knows the depth of your diving. It keeps track of the depth of your diving. Now, how does it do that? Well, this part of the watch on this side, if you see this little circular side here, this is a water sensor. So when you go under the water, even in a swimming pool, so it doesn't have to be that deep. When you go under the water, water goes inside the watch, circulates around inside. You don't see the water in the face, but it goes inside the watch, and it knows how deep you're diving. And there's a little dial here that goes up and down, and it shows you the depth of the water that you're in. Now, because it's keeping track of the depth, what it also does, it keeps track of your ascent. When you come out of the water, it's keeping track of how fast you're rising. So, of course, people know, scuba divers know that you don't want to come up too fast. That could cause a problem with, gas bubbles in the bloodstream. So if you come up too fast, there's a little red light on top that blinks telling you that you're coming up too quickly. Now, a funny thing is when this gets wet, when you put this watch in the water, the funny thing is the display that usually has the date and the time here changes into a scuba diver with little fish swimming around. So I always thought that was pretty fun there. And it also has a log. So if you want to log your dives with the click of a couple of buttons, you could log your dives on this watch and keep track of them also to see how well you're doing with the diving. Again, I don't use those functions at all. I like the watch. It's fun to wear. It looks good. People have stopped me on the street with this watch and they go, "Oh my God, is that a Richard Mille?" They think it's a Richard Mille. I say, no, it's not a Richard Mille. But it has a nice look, nice design. The 20th anniversary Aquanaut, also from Citizen. I also did replace this band one time. I have this watch also for many, many years. This band broke over time, going to the beach and the swimming or whatever it is. And you send it over to a Citizen and boom, they send it back to you with a brand new, same exact color band that you had on before. So that's another Citizen there. Then I'm going to show you a really interesting watch, very inexpensive. It's also Citizen, but this is just a fun, it's a nice royal blue color. The band is royal blue. Let's see if it's the right. Okay, the band is royal blue. The face is royal blue. The outside is a stainless steel. Very simple. Just has 12, 3, 6, and 9 on this, and has the white markers, has the white hands and the hour hand, minute hand. The face does glow in the dark, and this has 0 functions whatsoever. The only function it has is that it tells time. Band is very simple, very twisty and rubbery, very comfortable to wear. And if you just want something fun and simple, this watch is like $100. And I like it because it's Citizen, 5-year warranty, and it's just a nice simple watch. It's a little thin, but it has a nice little weight to it, even though it's a little thinner. So I like this one very much. Also, I bought my father one of these in black. His black watch has like a silver dial. He wanted just something simple to wear, and that's the one I got him. Something simple, not too expensive. You just want to bang around with it, never take it off, go in the shower, things like that. So that's another cool one there. If you just want something really plain and simple, but has a nice coloration. Then this next one is a more dressy Citizen watch. Another Citizen that I have, a more dressy one, has a lot of interesting dials in the face. The face is white, almost looks like mother of pearl. It also has some grayish pearl look to it on the face. This has a leather stamped band that looks like crocodile. It's not real crocodile, but it does have a deployment buckle. So you see there, that's the deployment buckle. This one has a few functions to it as well, because it has all these different dials here. This keeps the correct time even through the leap year. So you have a dial here for the leap year. You have the date also in this watch. You have a stopwatch on this watch. One of my favorite things is that it's Roman numerals. So I like Roman numerals much more than I like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the regular Arabic numerals. And it keeps hours, minutes, and seconds. And it also has an alarm. You can set an alarm in this too. So this is a much more dressy watch to wear. I have gotten stopped on the street about this one. People ask me, is that Breguet? Not that it's supposed to be a copy of Breguet, it isn't, but it has that sort of, silvery white look to the face. So some people think, maybe it could be a Breguet, but it is not. And it's just a great looking watch. Also really not very expensive, but nice looking, really nice looking. And I use this one a lot, especially for dress, wearing suits. And I use this one, I used it quite a bit. I replaced this band already also twice on this watch. And that's it for all the casual watches. These ones, this is a dressy one, but all in the Citizen range, those 4. I like to follow what happens in the watch world. I always get this from every year Cartier sends me their book of all the newest things that have come out. And I could say that I have a few expensive watches. I'll do another video showing some of the more expensive pieces, things like this that I have on my wrist right here, this thick gold watch. I'll show you that in another video. But in any event, it's nice to have things that look a little unusual or a little different. Not a lot of people have, even if it's things that are not terribly expensive. These watches range, the Citizens, anywhere from $100 to $700. So and you could find them even lower. You can go on eBay. You could find new ones just like that are even lower priced than the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Citizen has a great website. You could see all their designs and all their watches. Another thing I like about all of these watches, they're all what's called Eco Drive. So the batteries never run out. They all soak up light, whether it's daylight or light from just the room, and the light is constantly charging the battery. So they never go dark. They never run out of power. If for some reason the watch is in a drawer, it shuts itself off to reserve power. It's still keeping time, but the hands don't move. And then when you take it out of the drawer and back into the light, you could see the hands quickly move and you're back to the right time and date right away. So just to show you a couple of those. So if you have any questions about anything, please leave some comments down below. I'd be glad to answer, whether it's about clothing or whether about these watches that I showed you, or my new website, medicalcommunity.net, that's going on right now, and of course suitcafe.com. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again when I'm back at it.